the drama or controversy or whatever regarding Mike Jones or Garand, one of the most popular, one of the best content creators on YouTube as far as firearms go. I mean, the guy, he's a solid dude. He served in the U.S. Air Force. He was in let's see here, if I recall, he was a SEER instructor for civilians or anybody not familiar with what SEER is: survival, evasion, resistance, escape. It's a hard training to go through for a lot of special operations units use those, and his content on here reflects that. He's got a very good knowledge of many things on that. And a lot of people think the Air Force, really, I'm surprised. I thought, it was just guys sitting in an office and desks. No, there are special operations units in the Air Force. His exact title, let's see here. I mean, teaching that for starters. But yeah, he was a tactical air control party, a TAC-P. So he had attached to conventional units and non-conventional units. But I mean, as far as that goes, so Garand does have the experience. He does have the military background. His persona and his content, he's always a pretty positive guy. When he gives gun reviews, if the guns are crap, he's not afraid to say what's wrong with it. But anyways, there's a lot of people talking bad about him because of his marriage situation. He's going through some divorce. Now, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumors. There's all of this crap. For starters, one thing I can't stand is when people say, well, if you're a public person, you're on the internet or TV or whatever, your entire life is public, blah, blah, blah. Well, he's been on a few podcasts talking about being a very family-oriented man, husband, dad, etc. Whatever the case may be with his divorce, it's none of my business. Sure, some things do go out public. However, whatever the case may be, it's the rumors and gossip. Now if these things are true that they're saying about him, there is the hypocrisy aspect, which, I can't stand the hypocrisy aspect. However, I have yet to see any actual facts. I've only seen speculation on here as to what went on or whatever in his private life. And quite frankly, even if those did take place, that is not in his actual content on his channel. So therefore, whatever the case is, I'm not going to judge him. I'm not going to even entertain the thoughts or any of the gossip bullcrap that goes on here about him. Like I said, the guy's military career, SEER school, TAC-P, all that stuff. He's got a pretty solid one behind him. He's very successful, so he's always going to receive media problems. He pushes Second Amendment quite a bit. I mean, one thing that he's done that, even though I like to make fun of people that wear plate carriers and all this type of crap, and I call it LARPing and dress up and whatever, he does that, and yeah, but that's just who he is or whatever. But at the same time, he also stands up for the regular person with the Second Amendment, and which is one of the things I like about him, because the Second Amendment is not just for people who have police and military background. It's for everybody. Training with firearms is for everybody. We're in the United States. It's our right when we are born, the Second Amendment. There's no, as far as the government restricting and all this crap, infringing, he stands up for it. He's always has a very positive attitude, and that's what I like about him. It's the same thing he talks about, people wearing their full kit or just their plate carrier or whatever the case is, putting accessories hanging off their guns and stuff that, normally you wouldn't use as a civilian, but you would use it, if you're in a tactical situation, law enforcement, private sector, securities, contractors, or military. With that, and he has a great point. It's not so much that people need to have this stuff, this training and even gear and stuff like that. But, in case things do happen, they're prepared for it. And that one, I can't argue with him on that one, because I stress that one all the time with people who are anti-firearms. The big one, and I've bitched about this before, but I'm going to repeat myself again. When people say, oh, well, only people that carry firearms around, they're just scared. They're scared of everything in life, and that's why they do it. No, it's not so much they're scared of everything in life. It's the fact is, if the situation comes down to, which seldom and very rarely, and hopefully it never happens to anybody, unfortunately, that's not the case, they're prepared for it. I mean, when you have these scumbags that shoot up a mall or a movie theater or whatever, well, how many of the people that were in these places that were victims and murdered that were not carrying firearms? What do you think the outcome could have possibly been if somebody was? I mean, we've seen a few examples that have happened lately, and it just proves to show a law-abiding citizen exercising their Second Amendment right, helping people who weren't going to be able to help themselves in that shooting situation, lives got saved. I mean, the facts are there. You can look at that ratio, how many people that didn't have firearms stepped up and saved the day. None. I mean, these are things to think about. But, as far as that goes, Grand Thumb, aka Mike Jones, whatever his family and personal life is, whatever's going on there, I don't judge him for it, nor will I, regarding his gun firearm content. My opinion about whatever's going on in his personal life, until I see facts, that's exactly what it is. There's nothing, and I really don't care for that matter, with exception to calling his bullshit on hypocrisies that he spoke about. But anyways, that's as much as I'm going to elaborate there. I'm not going to even bring up the allegations or any of the bull crap people have been saying about him, on account of, I think it's just absurd. But with that being said, we'll move on with Luger. I'm still dropping videos for that one. Let's see, today we finally got to the development of the 9x19, which, like I said in the clip, that's the Mona Lisa of ammunition. I mean, that round is 124 years old, approximately 122, if you want to say it being distributed in military contracts and stuff. But the round itself, I mean, don't get me wrong, Luger's pistol is pretty damn cool. I mean, who doesn't love the verclick and banging? I mean, it's just so cool how it knee joints up and then ejects the spent cartridge and whatnot, compared to how your typical slide firearms go for semi-autos. But whenever I think of him, I think of the ammunition right off the bat. I go to his pistol secondary. I mean, because everybody, on my live I was talking about yesterday, you've got awesome firearms from Browning and Winchester and all these guys or whatever, Glock, you name it. But all of those guys, some of the most successful firearms that they've manufactured, came up with the patents, developed, etc., are a 9mm. 9mm, I mean, once it started to phase out the revolvers, the 38 Special, 357s, with the law enforcement agencies in the United States, Glock 17, Smith & Wesson MP, there's so many firearms with the 9mm, and guess who invented it? Luger. So I don't know. I really admire that aspect a lot of people, with the Gunfather series, they really don't think of some of the other guys that have pioneered stuff. Another perfect example is, Magpul. It's a fairly young company. How successful they are, government contracts they have. It's founded by veterans. I mean, and it was a simple solution to a problem that, anybody that's been on active duty in a combat war zone, if they have metal magazines or whatnot, pulling your mags out of your plate carrier, mag pouches, it can be a pain in the ass. And so, rather than guys taping the duct tape and the string around the metal magazines, this guy comes up with an idea for Ranger plates or magazine pullers, hence the term Magpul. But these are the type of gunfathers that, you look at it and you think, damn, you know what? That guy, it was a simple solution he came up with, and look how much it took off. It's like 9mm. A lot of people thought it was just this, that round small, you get the 38 and the 45 and all that, they're more powerful in stopping power, right? But capacity wise and all the other pros that came with 9mm changed the game. And then, the Germans started manufacturing, everything like World War II, the Walther P38, Walther PPK, iconic guns. I mean, it's crazy to think that ammunition like that. I mean, they corner, I think I'm correct, 22.7% of the market for ammunition worldwide is 9x19. 9x19 NATO, 9x19 Parabellum, 9x19 Luger. I mean, it's insane to even think about it. But that's my other rant for tonight, guys. Like, I'm gonna keep it short, but more of those clips will drop. Oh yeah, and in case anybody wants to know, I totally support Israel. So if you guys don't like it, unsubscribe or don't watch my shit. I don't care. But it's not a political debate or platform. That's strictly my opinion. So guys, enjoy your Thursday evening. Take care.